Welcome back to the Crypto Rain channel. I'm your host, Jay Murph, and today we're going to talk about a low cap gem that I think has strong potential to 10x, maybe even 20 or 50x. Could be more. Probably in that 50x plus range is my best guess for my own investment. And if you want to hear what that's all about, why don't we go ahead and get the party started. Join me, Rainmakers. Definitely join me, Rainmakers. And Rainmakers are those that subscribe to the channel and like my video. Now, you don't have to at all. I'm a crypto investor. I started this channel because I felt like I wasn't getting the deeper information that I wanted. So a lot of the projects out there, yeah, they pay people to promote and do things, and that's great for them. But what I wanted was the non-private public information that was out there about what's going on with projects behind the scenes. Like literally there would be tons of things happening. You don't hear about them. And then all of a sudden later they run this promotion that kind of pushes out the news, and that stuff actually has been known for a long time, but you don't hear it till the same time everyone else hears it. And then the token pumps tremendously. And I had been trying to reach out to some projects related to that, and I wasn't getting that information. As just an investor myself, they didn't have time to get back with me. And what I realized is perhaps I need to take the time to learn how to create good content for you so that together we can get all that information. And if I have a large subscriber base, then I can go to these projects and they will speak to me. And actually, they will have me on speed dial so that they can call me before these, not only before these promotions happen, but on a regular basis. And I want to interact with them not only so I can make better decisions on my investing, but I could share that with you. So the Rainmakers get this. And this is why part of the reason we've been doing really well is because now that the channel's grown to over 8,000 subscribers, we're getting some of that good information, and we're just getting started. We just started 3 months ago. So definitely like this video and subscribe and join us for this. Now, I'll have some fun things coming down the road, like some NFTs for my loyal Rainmakers who like comment and stay active in the community. That's great. I mean, can't say NFTs might be worth something down the road if the channel goes huge, and if it doesn't, it probably won't be worth all that much. But it's just a little fun thing I can give back to you for all that you do for me. All right, why don't we get into the reason that we're here today, and this is Zero Chain. Now, there's some things going on with Zero Chain, and I like a lot about it. First of all, what is Zero Chain if you haven't heard about it? It's decentralized file storage. So think of Dropbox, but like a decentralized version of it. Basically, they take the data that you want to store, and they shard it, and they send it to multiple computers, not only for privacy, but quick retrieval. And so what's cool about this is a lot of people use Dropbox, and just think of a decentralized Dropbox, and they're going to call that product ZeroBox. And so you pay a monthly subscription fee that's hopefully cheaper than what you're paying with Dropbox, otherwise nobody will switch over to them. But the goal is you'll pay a monthly subscription. And then the people that are storing that data, well, what's in it for them is they're going to get Zero Chain tokens. So essentially, rather than having large warehouses where they store a bunch of servers, they don't have to carry all that overhead, kind of like Uber doesn't carry a lot of overhead. It just pays it out to people. And so it's kind of like taking the whole Uber idea to file storage, and it will save you money as well as allow all these other people to make some extra money with maybe some space that they're not using on their hard drive. Love the idea overall. You know what else I love about the idea is that their market cap is only 60 million. Now, I know I said it's a low cap gem, and it is. I mean, most everything interesting that has a good team that has been working in the space for a while is far over this in the market cap. So somebody who's been around for 4 years, hasn't gone away, survived crypto winter, and is working hard, and their market cap is only 60 million, in my opinion, that's a low cap gem. Now, let's look at where their competitor is as far as market cap. So the biggest competitor in the space has lots of fanfare, and you hear this brought up on one of the biggest crypto channels in all of the interwebs, and that's Filecoin. Now, I'm like, why do they bring up Filecoin? Do they not know what's going on about it? Already the market cap is $7.5 billion. Now, could it make it? Yes. But he must not be talking to the teams behind the scenes and know that there's some real trouble in paradise, and maybe they're going to solve it, but their system isn't working like they want it to. And even if it does, they can't like do the whole Dropbox version. Really, they're more like an archival system. So we'll see if this comes together, but their market cap is so huge, and what gets me excited about that is Zero Chain is working hard, and they have some good breakthroughs on their technology, and they are less than 1/100th the market cap of their next biggest competitor. So I don't doubt that Filecoin will go up from here. Probably it will. A rising tide rises all boats, right? Yeah, so I like this kind of market cap. It's much more my style. Now, I'm an investor. I haven't been doing this for forever, just 4 years in the crypto space and 20 years in real estate investing and other things. That's just how I think. I like things that are on sale. And so I like things that have a better chance of doing better. Now, I did realize that some of the YouTube channels out there, especially the largest one, they're not an investor by nature. I don't know if you caught it about a week ago. There was a conglomerate of a few out there talking. And this one in particular said that their biggest investment that did the best for them was buying Cardano at 70 cents. Sorry. Oh, goodness. I suspected that they weren't an investor by nature. And now I know they are not an investor by nature. They're just a promoter. And they get paid a lot of money to promote people's projects. But that's not my style, and that's why I really only sometimes look at that channel as a news channel, and that's really all it is. But I don't take any of my ideas from them. And when they say, this is going to go 10x from here, I do not listen to what they have to say because they're not good at this stuff. And that's okay. Some people are good at different things. They're definitely a good promoter. But as far as taking thoughts like that and thinking, I like the reason they're making those decisions. That is not what I go to that channel for when I do happen to go to it. So, Zero Chain, $1.24. Now, we did talk about this at 80 cents. And I was hoping back then, looking at the chart, they would come down to 65 cents. It did not happen. And I had to get in higher than I wanted to, but oh well. Hopefully, if some of you liked what I was saying and you thought similar things to what I was thinking, maybe it went well for you. Let's look on the chart at what is going on here. All right. Obviously, I've been looking at the chart myself. So this is what I was drawing out, and I was hoping it would come down to 65 cents. It never did. It went to 68 cents, and then it popped up. And so I had to buy in around here at 85 cents, and it's continued up. Now, overall, the real time to really get rich was buying this in November 2019 for ridiculously low prices at like 4 cents and even below at 1.8 cents. But those days are gone. So is it a good buy here? Well, I suspect it is. Looking at their market cap. Now, the only thing that's a red flag to me out of this is here. Now, talking to the team, there's actually much more in circulation than what is reflected here. And if we pull up, I'm going to show you a little trick. Sometimes CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko have different numbers. And what's funny is the team has tried to be very transparent and actually called CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko and tried to update them that there's really 115 million in circulation, not just this. But see, it says 48 million. But the reason why they're not reflecting this number is because that's some team members who have the ability to sell, who have just been sitting on their tokens because they believe in the project and that it will do really good things. Now, if ever they decide not to believe in that, just realize this could totally be dumped on all of us. So that is something to be concerned about. But their fully diluted market cap is still 500 million, which is still like 10x away from where the competitor is. And that was if all of it was in circulation, which is not going to happen. All right, so the market cap may be bigger than this at this price because there are more in circulation, but we are so far away from where the competitor is at $7.5 billion that there's got plenty of room to run. Now, will it catch up to Filecoin's market cap? No, my guess is Filecap's market cap will gain traction even from there. It is a bull market, and they could double, triple, quadruple, etc. But if this little one goes up to the market cap there, now it won't be a true 100x, right? Because the actual circulating supply is much higher than what we're seeing here. But that could be like a 50x or a 25x or even a 10x. So I look at what gives me the best chance of making 50x in the next 3 to 6 months. And I like zero chain for that, especially when I show you the next part. Now, if you followed my video for a while, you're familiar with what WanSwap is. And WanSwap is built by not directly by WanChain. It's actually some of the community associated with the WanChain team. And the WanChain team did audit this. And what it is it's kind of like a yield farming site similar to Uniswap, where you can make some swaps as well as some ways that you can add liquidity and not only get some liquidity provider fees, but also get a secondary token called WASP. So you can actually buy zero chain on this, or you can actually buy zero chain and on the Ethereum network on, say, Uniswap, and you can send it over to this side and basically get a wrapped zero chain. Now, I bypassed that. The way I bypassed it was I bought some WanSwap on a centralized exchange, and you can get it on Binance, you can get it on KuCoin, and you can send it over. Now, where do you send it over to? Well, they are working on getting WanChain to integrate with the MetaMask, but for now, they created something that functions just like MetaMask called Wanmask, and you can install the Chrome. See, the Chrome Web Store, you can install this extension and set it up so that you can have it right here. And I sent it to my address here so that then I can use it within this. Then I went over to Swap, and I'm going to show you why this is so popular. So I have WanChain, and let's say I want to buy Wan zero chain, and I want to buy 50 of them. Okay, so now I'm going to swap 50 for 54 of these, and I'm going to say swap. Now, look at these fees. Okay, yep. So this is the liquidity provider fee, and as you add liquidity, you get a portion of these kind of fees when people swap between these if you're liquidity farming on this pair or a pair related to it. Okay, so look at this. Whoa! So that is 0.05 cents in fees there. This is the total amount being exchanged, but this is the fees. It's 0.05 cents. I freaking love it, and actually it's often much, much lower than that. Makes me happy, and now this takes a few seconds, and then it goes through, and we're going to add some liquidity farming to this. Bam, done. Okay, now let's see. We want to add liquidity. Now, I think it's processing some things there. Well, I'm going to go here because I'm going to need some of my WASP tokens. So these are things that I'm liquidity farming on, and I'm going to claim some of my WASP because I'm going to need that. So you see how cheap that transaction was? It was like 0.000195 or something like that. So this is claiming some of these. Now these are trading, WASP is trading for about 20 cents, and it's the reward you get for farming this. If you look at all that I have staked, it's actually farming about this much per week, 1,400 plus 1,600. That's about 3,000 plus these about 3,800, and they're trading for about 20. They range between 20 to 25 cents. So literally that's about $850 to $900 per week in that, and the costs are so cheap. I love this system. All right, so I might have enough in there. I want to go to pool, and I'm going to add liquidity, and I'm going to add it between WanZCN and WASP, and I am going to do this. Okay. So I have WanZCN and WASP in here, and it's gonna, there we go, supply. Okay, my share of the pool is going to be 0.0366 with this. Now, I already have some of this farming. I'm just doing this walkthrough for you. Look at that gas fee. That's incredibly expensive. That is 0.04 cents. I love it. After Ethereum, I spend $500 to $1,000 a week frequently on Ethereum fees. They're killing me. They're killing me. So I love coming here, and I absolutely love this system. Now, do keep in mind, it's been audited. However, that doesn't guarantee this couldn't crash, that some hacker could find a back door. Just know that I have substantial amounts into this. I hope that doesn't happen. Just know it's always a possibility. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But could it happen? Yes. And so I'm just aware of that risk. It totally could. Just hope it doesn't, because I got to have my money somewhere invested in this market, and any of the places I have it, it could be hacked or stolen. All right, so I'm going to manage this. This is where I put it in, and I want to add, oh, I think I messed that up. So I'm going to come to farming, and then I'm looking for that pair where I just added. So I want to say manage, and I want to deposit. There we go. So I'm going to deposit, and then I hit the max button. It's going to do all these calculations for me. And now normally you have to go through the approval process, but because I've done this before, I just have to deposit. And oh my gosh, the 0.05 cents again. I love it. I love it. Now there are some really cool things coming out with the same people who brought us WanSwap, that is going to be, again, liquidity farming with these same pairs, and you can earn some additional token, as well as they'll have some NFTs that you can get, and some different things that you can buy with your WASP token related to that. It's going to be really cool, and that'll be coming soon. All right, so it's there, and now I can earn a total of 367 WASP per week with, I mean, I already had some in this. So what is that? 367 WASP per week. And they're about, let's just say they're 20 cents right now. That's $60-something a week, or $240 a month. That's awesome. Plus, it does give me a lot of good exposure to what I want exposure to, which is zero chain. Now, one of the downsides of farming in a liquidity pair is that if one of the tokens goes up, what it ends up doing is they call this, what's the word for it? Loss, impermanent loss. So say you have two tokens in a pair, and one goes way up and the other one stays here. Because you're split 50-50 in the pool, it actually, as one goes up, you end up with more of the other tokens. So that's a downside to farming and earning some gains. Now, so I am earning some WASP token as gains. I'm aware of that problem. Here's what I like about that problem. Let's see if this shows where when I started at this, the WASP token was going for 2 cents. And now it's going for 21 cents. And so it has 10x'd from when I started this. So one of the things I like about this pairing is that the WASP token historically has been appreciating pretty well too. And so that has helped me not lose all this money to impermanent loss. And because WASP has been appreciating so well, in some of the cases, the WASP token appreciation has outperformed the other ones, giving me more of this token, which has been cool. So just be aware that there is this thing called impermanent loss. It is way beyond the scope of this to go into what it is. But essentially, that's as easy as I can explain it when that happens, when you're liquidity providing like that. Now, you are making, every time people transact in these, a little bit of fee, plus you're earning the WASP tokens, so it gives you some rewards there. And if both tokens are pretty well appreciating, that helps to balance some of the problems with impermanent loss. Does that make sense? So, zero chain, do I like it? I do overall. This is what we're looking at for the overall charts. This is a big rounded bottom. It's coming up. It usually, for whatever reason, just when it starts coming up, people who have been holding it for a while is like, oh, finally my chance to get out of it and get, my money back out. And it does this little dip before then, usually going off to the races. Now, does it go exactly like that? Sometimes it does. But now you can see a little bit of trading sideways, a little bit of pause and hesitation, and who knows. Sometimes this happens. But overall, the chart looks friendly to some good appreciation here. Now, where could it go from here? Let's look at where it's gone already. Goodness, goodness, goodness. All right. So we're going to draw out our charting tool, and we're going to look at fib retracement, and let's look at where it's gone. It went all the way up there. We're not going to go all the way up to the top of that wick. We're going to come to here. Ooh. All right. Yeah, could hit some really good numbers. Trading about $1, but even in the short term, in the coming month or two, these are going to be my take profit 1 and take profit 2 zones. If I decide not to hold it for longer term, this might be one I just go ahead and hold through near the end of what I call the bear, through the end of this bull run. Now, when is that going to be? I'm not certain. I think Bitcoin may peak out as early as September. It might be October, and it could be, who knows, later. It could be November even. And then the altcoins will, a lot of the ones that have massive gains right after this happens, they might then have some fall off, and then you'll have kind of like popcorn popping after, with some things popping off for a little while as the general market declines. That's my best guess. Now, that guess is made off of what happened in 2017 and 2018. And just know that history will not completely repeat itself. It'll have some similarities. So none of us know exactly how this year is going to go, but I've studied that extensively, as well as I lived through that time. And that's my best guess for my own investment as to what's going to happen. So I hope that helps you. Now, I do thank all of you for joining me, and hope this has been fun. This is our song from Manuela in Argentina for all you rainmakers.
Success is falling, flowing like rain. The timing's right, we're getting paid. Come on, rainmakers, let's make this happen.